on page 28, section 2.1. Yes. Okay, go get it. Okay, section 2.1. This is where you name the descriptive adjective in the sentence, and then you identify adjectives that are used as either subject complements or object complements. So remember, a subject complement comes toward the end of the sentence, so it would be after the noun it's describing. It follows a linking verb, and it describes the subject of the sentence. That's a subject complement. Okay? An object complement is going to come toward the end of the sentence after a direct object, and it's going to describe the direct object. Okay? So, number 1, the descriptive adjectives are 7 different, ancient, and Chinese. And there are no subject complements or object complements in that sentence. Okay? So remember, when you're testing on this, remember that there can be several adjectives in a sentence. Don't just find one and stop.
So let's say I got 2 out of the 4. Would I just mark the whole thing wrong?
So right now, this isn't for points. This is to help you review for your test.
Oh, okay.
So you just put in what's correct, so you can go back and look at it. So you just get a completion grade on this, okay?
So it was ancient Chinese 7 and what?
7 different ancient and Chinese. Okay, number 2, we have 7 and difficult is a subject complement. When I come by, kind of show me that you have all of them, okay, done? Okay, number 3, simple and frustrated is an object complement. Okay, number 4, finite and complicated is a subject complement. Okay, number 5 is addictive, and it is an object complement. Number 6, logical and American, and there are no subject complements or object complements there. Number 7, popular is a subject complement, and then Japanese is the other descriptive one. Okay, number 8, symbol-based and subway, and there's no subject complement or object complement there. Number 9, occupied, and that is an object complement. Okay, does anybody have any questions about 1 through 9? Or subject complements, object complements?
Occupied
right
an
now?
object complement?
What?
Was occupied an object complement? I didn't hear.
Yes,
Yep.
yep. Okay. Question 2.2, you needed to identify the underlined adjective as demonstrative, interrogative, or indefinite. Remember, demonstrative is this, that, these, and those. And interrogative is a question, what, which, whose. And indefinite doesn't point to a specific person, place, or thing. Okay? Okay, so number 10, every is indefinite. 11, which, interrogative. 12, several, indefinite. 13, those is demonstrative. 14, each, indefinite. 15, whose, interrogative. 16, neither is indefinite. 17, what is interrogative. 18, those is demonstrative, and several is indefinite. 19, each and every are both indefinite. And 20, neither is indefinite. Anybody need any of those repeated or have questions about demonstrative, indefinite, interrogative? Okay. 2.3. Identifying the word as positive, comparative, or superlative. So positive is the word in its basic form. Comparative is comparing two things. And superlative is comparing three or more. Okay? So 21, comparative. 22, superlative. 23, positive. 24, positive. 25, superlative. 26, comparative. 27, superlative. 28, positive. Questions? Okay. 29, okay, I'm sorry. 29 to 30, or to 40, right? 29 to 40. Now you have to write the comparative and superlative forms of the word that's there. So 29, delicate is more delicate, most delicate. 30, healthy is healthier, healthiest. 31, extreme, more extreme, most extreme. 32, that one cannot be compared. Eternal cannot be more eternal or most eternal. It's like just eternal, right? So that's kind of a trick one. Something can't be more eternal than something else, because eternal is forever, right? Okay. 33, red is redder and reddest. 34, little is less and least. Remember that, rather than littler and littlest, it's less and least. 35, wise is wiser and wisest. 36, fanciful is more fanciful and most fanciful. 37, hot is hotter and hottest. 38, can be either more common and most common, or it can be commoner and commonest. It can be either. You can't be wrong on that one. 39, much is more and most. 40, far can be farther and farthest, or further and furthest. Okay? Any questions with that? nouns were concrete or abstract. But you did need to complete the sentence with a form of few or little. And one thing I want to point out to you, so remember, you use few if you can make the word plural. Okay? And like a form of few, like few, fewer, fewest. You use a form of little, little, less, and least if you cannot be made plural. The word cannot be made plural. Okay? And some clues. If the word the is in front of that adjective, then you're going to use like the superlative, so est or most, if it has the in front of it. If it has than after it, like, let's see, it's greater, like my homework is greater than your homework, I don't know. If it has the word than after it, you're going to use the comparative form, er or more. Okay. I think there was one other clue I wanted to give you. If it has the word then you're probably going to use the positive form. If it has right in front of it, like few or little. Okay? All right, here we go. So 41 should be few. 42 less. 43 fewer. 44 is little. 45 fewer. 46 least. 47 fewest. Okay, any questions with those? All right. Section 2.5, you're identifying each adjective phrase and adjective clause, telling what words they modify, and then adding commas if they're necessary. So, an adjective phrase is just a prepositional phrase that's describing a noun. Will not have a subject and a verb in it. An adjective clause is a dependent clause that has a subject and a verb in it, and it's describing a noun in a sentence, usually right in front of it. Okay? And if you need it in the sentence, it's restrictive, doesn't have commas around it. If you don't need it in the sentence, it's non-restrictive and it has commas around it. Okay, so 48, to the Field Museum is an adjective phrase. So adjective phrases are not restrictive or non-restrictive. It's only adjective clauses. Okay? Everybody got that? Okay. 49, whose skeleton is the largest and most complete ever discovered. That's an adjective clause, and that is restrictive. And it modifies Sue. I'm sorry. So was I supposed to say 48? It modifies trip. I'm sorry. To the Field Museum modifies trip. There's a lot to be that you had to do here. Okay. 50. Which is a species of dinosaur is an adjective clause that modifies T-Rex, and it is restrictive, non-restrictive. So you have commas after T-Rex and after dinosaur. Okay. 51. That was fascinating is an adjective clause that modifies story, and it is restrictive, so no commas. 52, in the water, is an adjective phrase that modifies dinosaur, and on land is an adjective phrase that modifies ones. Any questions with those? Okay. 53 to 63, I said you did not have to put these in sentences. You just had to say if they were adjective phrases or adjective clauses. So, 53 is an adjective phrase. 54, adjective clause. 55, adjective phrase. 56, adjective phrase. 57, adjective clause. 58, adjective clause. 59, adjective phrase. 60, adjective clause. 61, adjective phrase. 62, adjective clause for 62. 63, adjective clause.